Good morning, friends. It's Wednesday morning. Hope y'all are doing well. So we have to work a little bit this evening, so I wanted to go ahead and prep up this carnivore lasagna. So let's get to it. So I've browned up 2 pounds, actually 2 1/3 pounds of ground beef. Now you could do a pound of ground beef, pound of sausage or Italian sausage, whatever you'd like. I'm sticking with ground beef, you know, till I get my guts repaired here. So let's go ahead and make the filling. So we're going to do 2 cups. We're going to get a spoon. 2 cups of cottage cheese. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you know that my husband hates ricotta. I don't understand it. So if you like ricotta, go ahead and use it. If you don't like the curds in cottage cheese, throw it in the blender, food processor. Make it smooth. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. I love cottage cheese, so it's not an issue for me. So there's 1 cup going in. Let's get another cup here. And you can use whatever cottage cheese you want, whatever kind of ricotta cheese you want. I suggest the full fat. All right. Go. All right, 2 cups of cottage cheese. I'm gonna put the lid back on that. All right, got that moved to the side. I'm going to add 1 egg. Maybe. There we go. Gotta wash my hands. You know, sometimes eggs and I do not get along. Okay, this is just an Italian herb seasoning. It has everything in it. So it has salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, black pepper, or did I say that? Anyway, season it up. My ground beef, I did salt, pepper, onion powder, and a little bit of garlic. We're just gonna mix this together. To this, we're going to add some shredded Parmesan cheese. Let's say 1/2 cup. That sounds good. There we go. Now you could totally use egg noodles if you want, the egg life wraps. I'm not going to do that. I've been trying to stay away from as much egg as possible. I mean, I know I have 1 egg here, but once it's spread out, honestly, I'm not a big fan of the egg wraps, but if you like them, use those as noodles. But we're going to do this, and we're going to see how this turns out. All right, we got their mixture. I'm going to put the lid on that so I don't knock it on the floor. Got our mixture there. Now, our ground beef. All right. Guess I'm not as prepared as I thought. Typical, right? All right, so we got our ground beef. We got our pan. I'm going to use this throwaway pan since I have to work tonight. It's going to make it easier for me when it comes to dishes. 9 by 13, or if you want to make a smaller amount, you can half this recipe. First, we're going to go in with the ground beef. I'm going to do half the bottom of the pan. I think that looks good. Then we're going to go in with our filling. I'm going to do half of it. Plop it in there. I think that looks good. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And then I'm just going to gently spread that mixture around on top of the ground beef as best as I can. It's all going to melt beautifully together in the oven. It's not going to matter. right, there we go. Next comes provolone cheese slices. So we're gonna do 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm gonna do 4. So I only have 8 slices of cheese. They'll spread out also. Now you can add more shredded cheese at this point. I'm not going to because I'm taking a rest from dairy too, although there's a lot of dairy in here. You do what you want to do. I'm just not going to, but I will do this. Let's just do this. Let's add a little bit of this Parmesan cheese since we have it. Well, there we go. Now we're going to come in with the last of our burger. Hang on, Jakey. Jake's wanting out. Okay, there we go. I'll go let him out. I'll be right back. So we have that last layer of ground beef. We're going to go in with our last layer of cheese mixture here. Wow, Lola, that was a big one. Okay. Lola's been out this morning, but she's back to sleep in there, sawing logs again as usual. All right, there is our cheese mixture. Go. Another layer of cheese. Go. A little bit more. The Parmesan. Go. A little bit of this. I may bring home some more provolone just to put on top. So that's it. We're done assembling. I'm going to cover this, put in the fridge, and when I come home this afternoon, we're going to bake it together and see how it turns out. So we're in from lunch shift. So my oven is preheated to 375. Here is our carnivore lasagna. We're going to cover it, put it in the oven for 20 minutes, uncover it 15 to 20. Okay, so we're going to go in for the first 20. So the first 20 minutes are up. We're going to take off the foil. Go. Here's what it's looking like. And we're going to put it back in for another 20. So the carnivore lasagna is out of the oven. There it is. Now, if you're cooking this at home, I suggest adding more cheese. But because I'm healing up, I wasn't going to do as much dairy. So let's get some out. Oh, I forgot to get a fork. All right, got my fork. Now, you could let it rest, but I'm just going to go ahead and scoop it out. I got to get back to work. Yes, I'm using paper plate. There we go. Super hot. Let's give it a try. Nice cheese pool. That has fantastic flavor. Delicious. Listen, if you're craving like a comfort food like lasagna, there's so many things you can do with this. If you want to add the egg noodles, that's up to you. I just wanted to try it like this, and it's fantastic. All right, I gotta go. I gotta eat. I'm heading back to work. Thanks for hanging out. Stop in to buy. Let me know what you think about this lasagna. It's me again. I wanted to add something about this recipe here. Since, just making it for the first time, here's what I suggest. It was delicious, but I really enjoyed that creamy cottage cheese mixture. So if you are not worried about dairy right now and not cutting back, my suggestion is use 16 ounces of cottage cheese. We did 2 cups. I would say 4 cups or the whole container. And then do 2 eggs and your seasoning for even more creamy filling, because that was delicious. Now, like I said, I'm trying to cut back on dairy right now, so I didn't want to you know. So anyway, the for me, the 8 slices of provolone and the Parmesan cheese that I added was a perfect amount of cheese. Now, that's personal. If you want to add more cheese to yours, you're welcome to do it. But I would definitely double that creamy mixture we made with the cottage cheese and the egg and the seasoning. Oh, that was so good. All right, I enjoyed it. And I'm going to rest, for I have to go back to work. And once again, thanks for hanging out.